Hey, as a kid, I often watched shows like The Twilight Zone. Look, many of the episodes continue to make me think about what this world's coming to, and frankly, it's scary. Some of us have even referred to these times as described in the George Orwell book 1984. Look, to be honest with you, I should say, we are in the prequel of 1984. Honestly, we could just write the prequel book on the real life stories of many of us. It's not even like you don't even need to make it up. Just write the stories of what we've been living in. In the book 1984, George Orwell describes something called telescreens that have the ability to spy on people in their homes. We never find out how these telescreens have been put into the homes of the people, but it's apparent that now that Amazon has the Alexa system in place, that's how they did it. Like I said before, the prequel to 1984. Well, here's another interesting prediction, not by Orwell, but by Rod Serling from the Twilight Zone episode called The Brain Center of the Whipples, or at Whipples. This story is about a man who wants to replace all his factory workers with robots. This would eliminate the problems of people calling in sick, people's inefficiencies, and of course, their salaries. Well, as a country, we're seeing more and more pressure from workers demanding to unionize, demanding more money, and not performing their jobs at the efficiency expected by their employer. Well, it looks like Mr. Whipple's solution in the short story might be the answer. Robots are making the scene in more and more businesses. In fact, in fast food, we no longer see the smiling face behind the counter. We are now asked to enter our own order at the cold screen of a kiosk. The counters are empty, and the only people around are those dropping the fries into the basket and dropping the basket into oil. You don't even need to ask for extra ketchup anymore because the ketchup is in a bin by the soda machine that you pour yourself anyway. It won't take long to see all the workers gone in these fast food restaurants, and it's already starting to happen quickly. A company called Naylor Robots has launched a fast food robot that says it can fry chicken wings, french fries, and other foods, season them, and plate them all autonomously. It's called the Wingman, and it's available to rent for you ready for this? For $2,999 a month. Well, guess what? If you hired a person to do this job at $15 an hour, and assuming your restaurant is open 12 hours a day, the cost for the human would calculate to $5,580 a month. But that's just the hourly rate. Then you have to add health insurance, Social Security taxes, and other possible expenses, so the robot cost is about half the cost of the human. According to the manufacturer, Wingman can cook multiple different foods at the same time and season them individually. It can take foods out of the frozen storage. It can bring them into the dispensing area, deep fry them, season them, plate them, ready to serve. Wingman can also bread chicken, toss fries, and add dry rub to wings. Now, as for serving them, I've also seen robots that'll bring food to the table and eliminate the need for a human server. We have seen the at-the-table ordering systems in these small screens. You ever see the small screens, like when you go to Red Robin, I think they have them? They're the size of a little iPad on the tables of many restaurants. You can place your order on the screen, and then you pay for your order from the same screen. If you have a robot cook and robot server, there'll be no need for the human to be in the middle of of the enjoyment of your meal. In the end of the episode, in the Twilight Zone show, the man who owned the factory becomes very lonely and is eventually replaced by a robot himself. Some memes on Facebook would have you believe that the $15 an hour legislation was the cause of the rise of these machines, but it really wasn't. The technology was here, and the world's going to become a more lonely place soon, and people like Mr. Whipple will, like in the episode, will be proud of the accomplishment until they are also replaced. Hey Alexa, order me a burger and fries.